the city of David, their man, the person that they had handpicked, was at some point going to walk into the Holy of Holies, take the blade and shed his own blood, and then proclaim himself to be the Messiah.
When the Romans suppressed the revolt in Judea, the city of Jerusalem was completely destroyed. Truly, not one stone remained on top of the other. This being said, the location of any ancient site is in question. It is possible for the second temple to have been in a different site than the first. The ark and the tabernacle was all that Moses used in his worship. King David also was satisfied with just the ark and the tabernacle. King Solomon was the first king that wanted to build a house for God. This was in imitation of the Canaanite tribes that lived among the Hebrews. Solomon enslaved the jinn and forced them to build the first temple. But where was this temple? Was it on the Temple Mount? Or was it in the city of Ophir? The temple needed a vast amount of water to wash the altar, sacrifices, and priests. The implements also had to be used there. The water supply on the Temple Mount is limited. The spring in the city of Ophir is big enough to wash all the instruments for worship. The Hebrew people also believed that the Temple Mount was defiled. Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, and Pompey all walked into the holiest of holies with no worries. These guys were by no means clean. They would have died in the temple courtyard, so why were they able to go in? The real holiest of holies is in the city of Ophir. This temple was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar and never rebuilt in its original place. The new temple was built in a new location on a Canaanite model. Herod the Great greatly expanded on this, and the Antonia Fortress was also built on the site. This was a Roman military fortress. It had 4 towers. Also, the Antonia Fortress was the post for 600 Roman troops, much like how it was the post of the Knights Templar. These are the facts, but why did the Romans station troops on a holy site? Why even the fort was destroyed, and why are we not told the truth about the Temple Mount? The revolt of 70 AD was very violent. The Romans hated the Hebrews, partly because of their connection to the Canaanites, because a large part of Hannibal's army was actually Hebrew. The Romans were fascinated by the Hebrews' faith and courage in the face of danger. So, like everything else, the original was destroyed and an imposter was put in its place. In the end, all the faiths will worship the Antichrist, but it will appear to be in the right place, but it won't be.
They believe when the temple is rebuilt in the city of David, their man, the person that they had handpicked, was at some point going to walk into the Holy of Holies, take the blade and shed his own blood, and then proclaim himself to be the Messiah.